I'm Laura Kramer.
And I'm Andrew Papelka.
And we're here at Millard North to watch the Monarchs and the Mustangs face off.
The Monarchs are having a good season this year. We're 31-0 and 7-0 in the district.
While the Mustangs, on the other hand, are 10-19. How do you think this night's going to turn out, Andrew?
I think that the Monarchs should be able to get a win here, but it just depends on who shows up to play.
Do you think the Mustangs will put a fight into it and pull this game to 5 sets?
I think that there's a chance because it's senior night. So they're going to be playing for the last win for their seniors.
There's lots of emotions as a senior. It's like your last time at home court, your last time to show what you're worth. And I really hope that the Mustangs can pull through and make this game a good one.
I agree.
We're about to start here. The Monarchs are in their huddle doing their little dance. Mustangs on the sideline waiting.
Number 2, Riley Sis. Number 3, Ashley Artfeld. Number 4, Abigail Williams. Number 5, Elizabeth Kelly. Number 8, Mackenzie McClack.
The Mustangs have a really old team with 9 seniors.
Number 15,
The Monarchs have a pretty young team as they have
starters for the Monarchs.
3 freshmen.
Number 1, Steph Gaston. Number 6, Jessica Peters.
One of the young leaders from Monarchs is Steph Gaston, who stepped in this year as a varsity right side, and she just really has proved herself leading that team on the court.
Yes, she has. Another one is number 8, Mackenzie McCulloch. She's been able to come in and serve a lot of good serves.
We've also seen her perform very well as back row.
Yeah, she has.
But let's not forget our older people like Elena Melendez and Ellie McDonald, who really show themselves.
Another one that you can't forget is Jess Peters.
Right, the Midlands recruit is very, very skilled, and she is a great leader, and I'm very impressed by her.
Now for your Mustangs, non-starters. Number 5, Kate. Number 6, Shara Schilling. Number 7, Leah Hansen. Number 10, Emily Price. Number 12, Megan Hansen. Number 13, Sophia Sakunis. And number 16, Kate Billion. And now for your starters. Number 1, Lindley Bauman. Number 2, the libero, Libby Coco. Number 3, Maddie Bridwell. Number 4, your captain, Bella Sakunis. Number 8, Kaylee Grant. Number 4, Kiara Hunter. And number 11, Erica Sheets. The Mustangs are coached by head coach Lindsey Pearson. A varsity assistant coach Lindsey Grant, assistant coaches Blaze Sheep, Bonnie Sheep, and Megan Evans. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
The teams are shaking hands and we are getting ready to get things started here.
Both teams seem really hyped, want to finish this game, want to come out on top.
We'll just see which team comes out there with more fire.
An interesting fact is that the Mustangs haven't had a state championship since 1987.
That's a long time.
Yeah, especially since the Monarchs' most recent is in 2008. And in fact, their record that year was 42-1. And if consistency keeps going, the Monarchs will prove themselves worthy of the state championship this year.
Right now, this season's looking pretty comparable to that one. I mean, we are 31-0. Haven't lost a game yet.
I really hope they can continue that tonight and put in a win for the Monarchs.
One key that I think for the game here is service errors. Whoever can commit the fewest of those.
Actually, just pretty much any error. Any error can just net errors, just little carries, lifts. Those can really make a difference.
Monarchs with the serve. Kill by Skeff Gaston, point Monarchs.
Erica Sheets just could not get to that ball.
That ball was hit really high into the back court, and she just couldn't chase it down. Peters back with the serve. Kill by the Monarchs, point Monarchs.
Mustang crowd seemed a little upset about that call.
That call looked a little close, but the ball touches the line, ball's in. Mustangs going right back there as that one lands on the line. Point Mustangs. Back serve for the Mustangs, Maddie Birdwell.
Maddie Birdwell is 81% this season with her serves.
Just barely gets that one over the net. Kill by Priscilla O'Dowd, point Monarchs. Back serve for the Monarchs. Number 10, Elena Melendez.
I'm really impressed by Priscilla O'Dowd's presence in the front row this year.
With as tall as she is, she's been able to play her position real well.
She's also going to be going to Midlands for college along with Jessica Peters.
So they're going to have some more chemistry, and that's one thing that players need.
I think the Midland University will really benefit from that.
Same. Melendez back to serve again.
Melendez is also another recruit from the Monarchs, and she is going to Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa.
Division I school there. Served by Melendez, goes long, point Mustangs. Kira Harder back to serve for the Mustangs. The attack by Katie Stevens goes just long, point Mustangs. Good dig there. And that attack goes long, point Monarchs.
Katie Stevens with that kill was really just quite amazing. The way she just hits that ball so hard, I've always wished I could do that.
I would not want to be on the other side of that serve. Ace by Priscilla O'Dowd, point Monarchs. Priscilla O'Dowd back to serve.
One thing that I learned about Priscilla O'Dowd playing around her was that she always just livened up the court.
Positive attitudes bring a positive outcome to the games.
That really is true, especially with the Monarchs. Every single one of them is just always happy, always got a smile on their face, always ready to lead you whichever direction you need to go.
That's one thing that every team needs, is they all just need to be positive, because when you're negative things happen.
It seems like the Mustangs are finding themselves in that position right now.
Yeah, but they're hanging with the Monarchs right now as the score is 7-4.
They better show up and make sure that lead doesn't get any further.
You do not want to let the Monarchs get out to a big lead, because they don't make a lot of mistakes. Good save there by McCulloch. And that attack goes just long, point Monarchs. Back serve for the Monarchs. Number 8, Mackenzie McCulloch. She's a freshman this year, playing in varsity volleyball.
She definitely makes herself present on the court, which is really something needed.
There's another freshman right there, Sydney Fitzgibbons with the kill, point Monarchs.
It seems as if the young is taking over the old right now, as the lead increased to 5 points.
Yeah, even though the Monarchs are young, right now it seems that they seem to be a little more mature on the court. Point Monarchs. It's got to call a double hit.
On the net.
In net violation there. McCulloch back to serve. That attack goes out of bounds, point Monarchs.
Timeout for the Mustangs.
They really need to take a timeout here. This lead's getting really big, and they're letting the Monarchs get momentum here, and that's not something you want to do.
I get the feeling that Coach Lindsay Peterson is trying to say the same thing to her team. Just trying to get them motivated, trying to get them back on that court and finish what they came here to do.
I think she's just trying to remind them that this is senior night. This is the last chance for 9 of their players to ever play on this home court. So this is the last chance for them to get a win here at Millard North Stadium.
Senior night really is a huge advantage. It really gets the emotions going, really makes people want to just show up and prove themselves.
Monarchs get back out on the court. McCulloch back to serve. Served by McCulloch.
It seems as if that timeout didn't work and the Monarchs get another point.
They're letting this lead get too big. They just need to find a way to get the ball back over the net to where the Monarchs aren't.
Location really is key. If you got your teammates pointing out which spot to go to, like when you go up to it, if a teammate is yelling cross, 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 that just helps so much, because then that's one more thing that you don't need to worry about. You just sit it there and your teammates are out there for you.
Huge kill there by Katie Stevens, point Monarchs. McCulloch with another serve. This lead just keeps getting bigger. Good dig there by Melendez. And Katie Stevens with another kill.
Melendez and Stevens are really a great duo. They play club together and they just have the perfect chemistry to lead this team on that court.
Yep. McCulloch's been serving here for a while. The Mustangs aren't able to find a way to get points against her.
I'm really impressed with her serving capability.
With the freshman, she's playing more like a junior. She's playing like an upperclassman. Good decision there by Jessica Peters to just pass it, tap it over. Point Monarchs, and the score is now 15-4.
The Mustangs seem like they're trying a new lineup, put in new players, see who's going to make a difference on that court.
in these situations, you just need to find someone who can actually give your team that spark that you need to start getting points again.
As a volleyball player, whenever I was on that bench watching my team struggle, I always want to just go out there and help them out and bring that team up.
Timeout by the Mustangs.
That's their second timeout. They really are struggling, and they haven't gained a point since their last one.
Nah, they've let these Monarchs go on a tear here, as the score was 7-4 at one point.
A 12-point lead really is something that's extremely hard to come back from, and I'd like to see the Mustangs try.
Right now, I think that the Mustangs are just hoping that they can get a little more points here to get a little more momentum for the second and third sets. They'd need a really big rally here to come back and take this first set, but that's not impossible to happen.
I haven't seen their libero, Libby Kukul, really show up. It must be something from that concussion she's got.
Good dig there by Melendez. Katie Stevens with a good dig there.
That was a great up by Stevens. Pancakes are one of the hardest things to get.
And another point for the Monarchs. The Monarchs are just finding ways to score here.
When you've got leads like this, it's really fun to just go out there and do your best and not worry about mistakes.
They're having a really clean game so far. Not many mistakes. Good dig there by Elena Melendez.
These Monarchs are just really showing up in the back row.
They seem to be really fired up here to send these Mustangs home with a loss on their home court. Not wanting to let them win on senior night. There's the serve by McCulloch.
Violation on the Mustangs. It seems as if they went over the top of the net.
These Mustangs have had quite a few mistakes here in the first set. And right now these mistakes seem to be hurting them.
It seems as almost half of Monarchs' points are from their errors.
Communication error there by the Mustangs. Point Monarchs. Communication really is key in this game. Served by McCulloch. Another communication error. Ace by McCulloch. Point Monarchs.
And another sub for the Mustangs. They're just really switching up their lineup, trying to see what lineup is just going to make that team work.
McCulloch back for the serve again. Kill by Sydney Fitzgibbons. Point Monarchs.
That was a great kill by Fitzgibbons. It hit the 10-foot line, and that is something really hard to achieve as a hitter.
Another substitution by the Mustangs there, just trying to see what personnel works with which personnel. Serve looked like it might have been going a little long. And the kill, or the attack by the Mustangs goes long. Point Monarchs. It is 23-4 right now in this first set. Another substitution by the Mustangs. And the Mustangs get a point now as there seem to be a little bit of confusion on the Monarchs.
They got the crowd riled up on that one.
Yes, they sure did. Got really loud in here. McCulloch had a really good run of serves there.
Maybe Erica Sheets can get back there and do the same.
Let's hope. kill by Katie Stevens. Point Monarchs, and it's his set point on set number 1.
I'm never disappointed by Katie Stevens serving. She's really great. She can mix it up, go short, hit a floater, maybe a top spin.
Katie Stevens back for the serve. Ace by the Monarchs, as that one just barely nicked one of their players. And that is the end of the first set. The score was 25-5 in favor of the Monarchs.
Hopefully the Mustangs will come back next set and make this one a little more interesting.
That's what we can hope for. Is that one, there was, after the score was 10-5 or 10-4, there was not much doubt on who was going to win that game. Set.
I think the Mustangs will find some fire in them and get at least double digits on this set.
That's all they can hope for, because right now you don't really want to get too badly defeated on your home court, because that just looks really bad, especially when you have a home court advantage and it's senior night, so the emotions are all running and their team should be able to overcome that, and they should all just get all fired up and rally together for the seniors and see if they can put together 3 good sets here and win it.
I don't think that's something they should really hope for. That's something they need to work for and find their way towards it.
That is definitely something that they need to do.
Monarchs are ready now on that court, ready for another win.
They are not waiting for anything, just getting right back out there. Only a minute into the 3-minute break.
I'd really like to see the Monarchs make it all the way to the state championship and play against Marion, who is one of the top contenders as well.
That would be a real cool sight to see. The Monarchs have already beaten Marion once this season, and we hope that we can do it again.
Actually, they beat them multiple times at the Bell West Invitational and a couple more meetings.
Yeah, the Monarchs just seem to be on a tear this season.
They also beat, on the same night as they beat Marion, they beat Lincoln Pius X, who just really seems to be struggling this year.
The Monarchs are waiting for the Mustangs to get back out on the court here to start up this second set. It'll be Mustang serve here to start off this second set. Let's see if the serve will help them here.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on your team. If you're a strong serving team, then it will. But if you're really great in that back row, then that's what's going to help you more.
And we are getting ready here to start the second set. Back to serve for the Mustangs. Number 2, Libby Kokol.
Error for the Monarchs. The ref called it 2 hits.
Kokol back for the serve.
Kokol has done very well this season in serving with a 92.5 percentile.
That is extremely impressive. Good volley going right now.
The Monarchs defense is showing up, but they're not really making a good presence of themselves. However, the front row, they're really killing it.
Steph Gaston in for Mackenzie McCulloch. Jess Peters back for the serve.
At a height of 6'5", Gaston is just towering and extremely intimidating. I never wanted to hit up against her.
Good dig there by Ellie McDonald. But the Mustangs get a point there on the kill.
They're really making the most out when they get these points. They make that momentum count.
Yeah, they are. they're trying to get a little bit of a lead here. Back serve for the Mustangs. Maddie Bridwell.
Violation on Steph Gaston. She hits her attack hits the antenna.
When you're trying to attack the ball, that ball cannot touch the antenna at all, or else it's out of bounds. Steph Gaston with the kill there as that ball goes off the net. White Monarchs. Elena Melendez back for the serve.
Melendez could not just get that ball up.
That one was hit right at her, and she just didn't have the fast enough reflexes to get under it.
Millard's got the lead and the momentum, and I think that might be key for this set.
They're looking real fired up after that first set was just a blowout.
Their momentum's really getting in the Monarchs' head as Katie Stevens makes one of her first errors of the night.
Another error by the Monarchs in this second set gives the Mustangs the point, and it's now 5-2. This is the Mustangs' biggest lead of the night so far.
In fact, it's their only lead. Mustangs really seem to have cleaned it up.
Yeah, and they get another point there, as that ball was just too hard for the Monarchs to handle, and it went into the net twice.
The Monarchs seem to be making the mistakes this set. I guess sharing really is caring.
Yes, it is. The Monarchs seem to not have seem to be having a lot of communication errors here. And then there's Priscilla O'Dowd with the kill. Point for the Monarchs. Back serve, Priscilla O'Dowd.
It's rare to see a middle back at the serving line. Usually they put their libero in for her.
Good serve there. Blocked by Steph Gaston and Sydney Fitzgibbons. Point Monarchs.
The momentum has swung back over to the Monarchs side.
Yes, it has. They're cutting into this lead here.
I get the feeling that this is going to be going back and forth all night.
Big kill there by Katie Stevens. Points Monarchs, and it's now 6-5. Monarchs are doing a good job of not letting this one get too far out of hand. Communication error there. Point for the Monarchs, and it's now tied up at 6.
That was really just a crucial mistake. Something that can be fixed easily.
Little mental errors are going to hurt you, though.
I think she was going for the just right over the net shot and just missed it.
Service error by Priscilla O'Dowd. Point Mustangs, and it's now 7-6.
Katie Grant serving the Mustangs.
Katie Grant back to serve for the Mustangs.
Katie Grant also has an impressive serving percentage at 95%.
Kill there by Sydney Fitzgibbons. Point Monarchs. Back to serve for the Monarchs, number 8, Mackenzie McCulloch. In the first set, she had a long strand of good serves.
Hopefully she can repeat that tonight.
Kill there by Jess Peters. Point Monarchs. And the Monarchs take the lead back in this first set. Millard North had been doing a good job of keeping the lead here, not letting the Monarchs get too far ahead, but now that Mackenzie McCulloch's back to serve, the momentum seems to have gone a little back towards the Monarchs.
The Middle North student section is trying to get in their head.
It doesn't seem like they're doing that good of a job right now. The attack goes just wide by the Monarchs. Point Millard North, and we are all tied up at 8. In for the Mustangs, number 11, Erica Sheets. She's back to serve. Served by Sheets. It's good. Hitting error by Katie Stevens there. Point Mustangs.
I don't know what got in her head this set. Usually she's just on point all the time.
She's had 2 or 3 errors here. And we're pretty early in this set.
And she makes up for it with another kill.
That's what you got to do when you make a mistake. You just got to let that out of your head and get right back up and make a play.
That's a trait that really makes a good leader.
I most likely won't be able to play.
Serve from Katie Stevens.
If I can, that's why they have me still on.
Good decision there by Jessica Peters. Just tap it over. Point Monarchs, and they take the lead 10-9. This set seems to be a lot closer than the last set.
It seems as if whoever has a serve has a momentum.
Yes, it does. Because there's been rallies of like maybe 4 or 5 points, and then the other team gets a serve and they come back and they tie it up. Point there by the Monarchs, and they take the lead.
If that keeps up, this is going to be a long set.
This set could go into extra points if that keeps up. Katie Stevens back to serve. Serve is good. That attack though went right into the block. Good dig there by the Mustangs, keep that ball alive. Kill by Sydney Fitzgibbons, point Monarchs. And they take a 3-point lead.
If you've noticed, the Monarchs attackers have been really well this night. But they couldn't do it without their setter. And if their setter's not on point, neither are they.
The attack all leads up to, or the hit leads up to the attack. And if you have a good set, then you can have a good attack. But if the set is off, then your hits, or then your attack is going to be off. And you can't have hitting errors like those. Point there for the Mustangs. Kill there by Elena Melendez. Point Monarchs. Back to serve for the Monarchs, number 9, Ellie McDonald.
Violation on the Mustangs gives the points to the Monarchs.
What was the violation there? Looked like it might have been a spot violation. Good dig there by McDonald. Free ball to the Mustangs.
That sounded painful.
That was solid contact. Another good dig by the Monarchs. And then that ball goes into the block. Point Monarchs.
I wonder if Coach Leather made up a drill about just pancakes, because they have been on fire tonight with those.
And the score is 15-10. The Mustangs did get double digits in this set. The Monarchs blocking is doing pretty good right now. Kill by Priscilla O'Dow. Point Monarchs. Timeout Mustangs. They seem to be letting the momentum slip to the Monarchs here after they were doing such a good job of keeping the game tight. As now there's a 6-point lead.
I feel like the Mustangs are doing a really good job of rallying back, but however, the Monarchs are just getting more points during their rallies.
That's one way that you're not going to be able to win games. You got to be able to keep up with the other team. When one team puts up 3 points, you got to come back and put up 5 yourself.
That's a good strategy to go by.
Back to serve for the Monarchs, number 9, Ellie McDonald. Substitution for the Mustangs. Sorry.
You know, one thing that I'm really disappointed in tonight is that the Mustangs haven't had a leader to show up, one that has shown their presence on the court and just made that team better just by being there.
No, that's one thing that every team needs. Everyone needs someone to be able to step it up and just have a great game and be able to lead your team. And the Monarchs have had quite a few of those players right now compared to the Mustangs, who haven't really had anyone.
The closest thing I see right now is Erica Sheets, the junior who just comes back there, serves, and does her thing, and then just rocks it.
Libby Kokel back to serve for the Mustangs.
Beautiful placement by Melendez.
It's a really good decision there. No one was in that spot. It was a good recovery by the Mustangs, though.
Not only is it one thing to get a ball to a certain place, but be able to find the place is just one more thing to add on.
Monarchs get the point there as the Mustangs weren't able to recover. It is 18-11 right now here in this second set. Jessica Peters back to serve. Kill by Priscilla O'Dowd, point Monarchs.
Millard's student section seems really upset about that one.
They seem to think that it was out of bounds, but it looked like it might have just hit the line barely. That attack goes out of bounds, point Monarchs. There's another silly mistake there.
Monarchs are replicating their lead from last game with a 9-point lead.
So far, the Monarchs seem to have had the bigger momentum swings here.
But the Mustangs just couldn't keep up what they had in the beginning.
No, they could not. And as this game is getting farther apart, the Mustangs are just probably talking about how they need to keep a positive attitude here and be able to maybe come back and play a good third and fourth set, or win the third set and send this game into a fourth and maybe even a fifth set.
If they keep playing like this, I don't know if that's going to happen, Andrew.
Right now they're just having way too many mistakes if you want to be able to win this game.
Mustangs have used 2 out of their 3 times out this set.
Served by Jessica Peters. That attack goes into the net by Libby Kokel. Point Monarchs, and they take a double-digit lead. Substitution for the Mustangs. Jessica Peters back to serve. That attack goes off the block and out of bounds. Point Mustangs. The Mustangs need to have a good run here if they want to keep up in this game.
Yeah, but they need to get 13 points before the Monarchs get 4.
That's going to be pretty hard to do.
You'd understand that if you ever taken a math class.
That attack goes off the block. Good save, though. And then the free ball just goes wide. Point Monarchs. Score is 22-12.
Saves like that are really just big mood killers. When you're so excited that you got the ball up after someone else shanked it, and then it goes out of bounds, those can just really kill your vibe.
In to serve for the Monarchs, number 4, Addie Williams. That ball almost hits the referee. Point Mustangs. Back to serve for the Mustangs. Number 9, Kira Harder. Kira Harder with the ace. Point Mustangs. Right now, all the Mustangs got to do is get 11 points before the Monarchs get 3. That attack by Papillion Dow goes into the block. Point Mustangs, and it's now 15-22. Mustangs are cutting into this lead.
Blocks can really be a huge advantage for a team.
Monarchs have been shown that earlier in these sets. The Mustangs are having a real late rally here, as the score was at one point 12-22. It is now 16-22, and they are starting to take the momentum back here.
That's always a good thing to see, but it's also a lot better to see it earlier in the game.
Yeah, with the Monarchs taking the point there, that rally may have came just a little too late for the Mustangs here in this second set. Priscilla O'Dow back to serve for the Monarchs.
Monarchs got that ball up, but there was no one else to save it.
Point Mustangs. Back serve for the Mustangs. Kaylee Grant. The Mustangs are doing a good job of fighting back here.
Hopefully they can keep this rally up.
Well, right now, they may be able to take the momentum into this third set. If they can come back and win it here, all they got to score is 7 more, then they will have a lot of momentum going into the third set, as they were down 10 points.
If anything, they need to repeat this set and definitely not the first.
Another point for the Mustangs. Monarchs take a timeout.
That's the Monarchs' first time out this match.
It couldn't have come at a better time, as the Mustangs are just rallying here and scoring points any way they can.
One thing that I really like about the Mustangs is that with every point they score, they get hype about it. They don't just sit there like, oh, we scored a point. They prove that momentum really does help, and just being loud really does make a difference. Monarchs back in the court. Robert trying to finish out what she needed to say and get this team to finish it out.
Let's see who takes the most benefit out of this timeout. The Mustangs have the serve. Back serve for the Mustangs, number 8, Kaylee Grant.
And Katie Stevens with an unanswered kill. Mackenzie McCulloch back to the serve.
You have money? $1, that's it? $2, that's it?
It seems as if the Millard North student section has something against Mackenzie McCulloch. They're just trying to get into her head every time she's back at that service line. Point Mustangs. And Erica Sheets back for the serve.
Let's see if the Mustangs can finish out this set, as they have come back from 12 to 22.
And Katie Stevens with the set-ending kill.
That rally was just a little too late for the Mustangs to be able to cap off on that set, and we are heading into a third set with the Monarchs up 2-0.
If anything has been proven from the Monarchs season this year, is that they will come back with this third set and finish it out like they're supposed to do.
But right now it looks like the Mustangs could have a little bit of momentum there, as they went on an 8-3 rally. The momentum here could be a really big game changer if the Monarchs aren't able to open the set like they've opened the first and second set. And if they open the set like they closed that second set, they're allowing it to be 8-3.
The Mustangs seem to really be looking to their coaches for advice, see what they can do to fix it.
Yeah, they do.
Hopefully the Mustangs can finish their last set, as this might be the seniors' last possible set at their home court.
The Mustangs just need to keep the team out that they had out there, because they seem to be working well together, and it seemed that they had found a little bit of a spark that they needed to find earlier in that set. Monarchs seem to be taking a little more time here at the end of the second set, seem to be talking it over more. Same with the Mustangs. So far, Priscilla O'Dowd has been having a good night. Same with Katie Stevens. Had a few errors, but that happens with everyone.
There have been very few errors on the Monarch side this night.
They had a couple more errors than I think you'd like in that second set there.
Well, of course, the perfect image would be no errors, but that's just not the real world.
No one's perfect, so even if you look at college teams, like the #1 ranked team in the country, they still make service errors, they still make little mistakes that cost them points, but they still find ways to win around those. That's what the best teams do, is they find ways to around their little mistakes to win games. The Monarchs will have the serve here at the start of this third set. In for the Monarchs, #9, Ellie McDonald, replacing #14, Sydney Fitzgibbons. Back serve for the Monarchs, #6, Jessica Peters. Serve by Peters is in. Good serve there. Monarchs going to the net there. Point Mustangs.
Those are really the worst when you get a great kill, but just one little violation can really change the point.
Let's see if the Monarchs can shake that one off and get the point here. Tied up at 1. Steph Gasson's attack is dug. Blocked by the Monarchs. And the Mustangs aren't able to save it. Point Monarchs.
It seems as if the blocks have been absent from both teams this night.
There have not been many blocks, but the ones that have been really effective. Melendez back for the serve. The ball about hit the ceiling there. Point for the Mustangs. Big kill there.
This line judge has been making a bunch of controversial calls.
These calls really seem to be looking like they could go either way. And some of them look like they should have gone the other way. There's been quite a few calls for the Mustangs that they haven't gotten that they probably should have. And there's been a few that the Monarchs should have gotten that they shouldn't, or should have gotten that they haven't. Kill there by the Monarchs. Point Monarchs.
But roughing really shouldn't be a game changer. You should go out and finish the game no matter what the call is.
Normally refs are calling it fair both ways. So when one team makes, or when one team gets a call, the other team normally will get that call a little later. Point there for the Mustangs. Kaylee Grant back serve for the Mustangs. Good decision there by Katie Stevens, just tap it over.
She saved herself on that one. She almost went under the net.
Good way to put on the brakes and stop on a dime. Just stopped right as she hit the ground and didn't go forward into the net, didn't fall with the momentum. McCulloch back to serve. The attack there by the Mustangs goes long. Point Monarchs.
I don't know if it's luck or what, but every time Mackenzie McCulloch gets back to that serving line, it seems as if the Mustangs' air percentage just goes way up.
I think it's just that they've been psyched out by her because of the first set, and they haven't really been able to recover.
Good placement by Katie Stevens.
Good dig there by the Monarchs, but they weren't able to save it. Point Mustangs. In to serve for the Mustangs. Number 5, Kaylee Bahoun. Katie Stevens with the kill there. Point Monarchs.
Kira Harder dodges that ball as that could have taken her head right off.
It looked like she wasn't even going to go for that ball. She just ducked and got out of the way. And if I was in that situation, I would have done the same thing. I don't want to take one of those to the face.
At some points, it's just what you have to do.
If that one had hit her, it could have easily been a concussion. Jess Peters with the set. A little bit of a communication error there by the Monarchs, and the Mustangs tied up.
That's really rare to see on the Monarchs team as they have great chemistry.
Back to serve. Bella. Killed by Melendez. Point Monarchs.
One strong trait about Melendez is that she's great both in front row and back row, and same goes for Katie Stevens.
The Monarchs seem to have a lot of players that can play both front and back.
It really is quite amazing. We can go from getting a dig and get right back up and get an amazing kill and finish at that point.
Kill there off the block by Priscilla O'Dowd. Point Monarchs. Back to serve for the Monarchs. Number 9, Ellie McDonald.
Ellie is a Monarchs libero, and one common mess up about liberos is that it's pronounced liberos, which has never really been the case in my experiences.
The attack there or the kill there ends up just on the outside or inside part of the line. Point Mustangs. Back serve for the Mustangs.
As a player, there's a really tricky call when there's like on the edge and you're like, I don't know where to go for it. One thing I've always been taught is just go for it because it's not worth the mistake.
Mustangs block the attack by Elena Melendez, and they tied up at 7. They're doing a good job here of hanging with the Monarchs early in this set.
They really are, but it's also shown in the last set that just doesn't do it sometimes.
Even if you have a great opening, you still need to be able to close out the set, and the Mustangs just weren't able to do that in the second set.
Consistency really is key here.
Killed by Priscilla O'Dow. Point Monarchs. Monarchs tied back up here at 8. Jess Peters back for the serve.
I think Jess Peters can do what she needs to do to get these Monarchs back on top.
Jess Peters not able to save that one. Hits it backwards, goes out of bounds. Point Mustangs. Maddie Bridwell back to serve. That serve goes just long. Point Monarchs. There haven't really seemed to have been a lot of service errors in this game.
No, not really. Which is a good thing. It makes the play much more interesting.
It makes the players look a lot better too, because service errors are things that you really shouldn't happen, because you should be able to get that serve in there 95% of the time. That attack goes long by the Mustangs. Point Monarchs.
Serving is one of the first things that you learn as a volleyball player. Like right in from the game, serving is what you have to learn. Starting out from underhand serving, but then moving on to more advanced serving like overhand, jump serve, top spin. It really is quite amazing how many different things you can do with serving.
Point there for the Mustangs. Kira Harding back to serve.
That kill could have gave her another concussion. It was just so powerful.
That looked like a really hard shot, and it looked like it hit her right in the face. Point there for the Mustangs as that block just lands on the Monarch side.
Being able to close the block really is important.
Kaylee Grant back to serve for the Mustangs. Communication error there by the Monarchs. Service ace by Kaylee Grant.
Grant serving really is getting her team pumped up.
And they're doing a good job of hanging here. Katie Stevens goes in with the power shot. Point Monarchs.
I would not want to be on the other side of that net if I were the Mustangs.
Neither would I. Mackenzie McCulloch in to serve for the Monarchs. Let's see if they can put together another rally here.
I think one thing we haven't pointed out about the Mustangs enough tonight is their ability to get a ball up. Not necessarily make it completely perfect, but they get it up, and that's what needs to be done.
They're giving their hitters a lot better of a chance to get the ball over the net and into the right spots. Mustangs are really hanging with the Monarchs in this set.
Hopefully they can take this lead further and bring this game to 4 sets.
Kill for the Mustangs. And their lead increases to 14-2. 14-12, excuse me. Monarchs take timeout there. Just trying to slow down the momentum of the Mustangs.
That's one of the things that coaches can physically do is just like call a timeout when a player's on a really good serving rally and it'll get in their heads and mess them up.
When a player is in a roll, they like to just keep doing it, and that's why coaches call timeouts, because it messes up their system. It messes up like their body clock. Like they're in the middle of a
When I played volleyball, my coaches actually practiced for that. In practice, they would make drills, and we'd be in the middle of a serving drill, and they'd go, stop. And then we'd call a timeout, and we'd huddle up, and they'd be like, okay, no, go back and serve. It really is amazing how many things coaches can do to prepare their teams for mental things on the court.
point there for the Mustangs as that block goes in between the net and the pole. And they're taking the momentum even further as they increase the lead to 3, 15-12.
One interesting thing about the Monarchs is one time I sat here on practice and Coach John Savelo was actually walking around the court while his team was practicing, yelling, not like demonstratizing or demoting things out of his players, trying to get them ready for what they'll experience at things like state when the student sections are yelling at them.
That's a really good thing to do because you don't want players to get psyched out at things like that. Good dig there by the Mustangs, but then they're not able to stop that kill. Point Monarchs, and the Monarchs stop the run as Fitzgibbons gets the kill, and it's now 16-13.
That was an amazing attack by Fitzgibbons.
Really good way to just put it down.
I can't wait to see her when she's a senior and she's fully matured.
That'll be an exciting sight to see. Katie Stevens back for the serve. That attack goes into the block. Point Mustangs. Right now, the Monarchs need to find a way to break the momentum of the Mustangs and just score.
Mustangs really have a big lead here.
That one goes out of bounds. Point Monarchs. In for the Monarchs, number 12, Priscilla O'Dow. Back to serve for the Monarchs, number 9, Ellie McDonald.
With O'Dow in the front row, I think the Monarchs may just get their lead back.
That ball hit the ceiling. How come it's not out of bounds?
If the ball hits the ceiling, it's only out of bounds if it hits the ceiling and then lands on the other side of the court. If it lands on your side of the court and you've had less than 3 hits, it's playable.
Point there for the Monarchs, and they're cutting into this Mustangs lead. It is now down to 2 points, 17-15. Good dig there by the Mustangs, but they're not able to stop that kill. Timeout Mustangs. They're trying to stop the momentum of the Monarchs here as the Monarchs have taken away their 4-point deficit and is now just down to 1.
This set really has fulfilled its potential as the teams are rallying back and forth, and it's not like a rally like it was last time where one team would gain more points than the other. This time it's back and forth, it's equal.
This set has been extremely exciting here because when one team gets a rally like of 5 points, the other team comes back and they rally back with maybe 5 or 6, and the lead just keeps switching off really close like that.
As a fan, it's really exciting to watch. As a parent, I can imagine it's extremely nerve-wracking.
Especially when you want your team to win. I mean, there are some fans that have been to a lot of the games, and they just don't want to see the Monarchs lose a set here and lose the momentum.
I can imagine the Mustang fans are thinking the same thing.
The Mustang fans really want this game for their seniors. Ellie McDonald back for the serve. And the Monarchs tie it up here at 17. They've done a good job of rallying back.
Like I said, O'Dowd got in, and it just really changed the game.
You did call that. I mean, right as she got in, the Monarchs offense seems to have kicked up. And a block by Jessica Peters and Priscilla O'Dowd. And the Monarchs take the lead, 18-17. The Monarchs seem to have maybe made a momentum shift. Kill by Elena Melendez. Point Monarchs, and they take the lead by 2. Timeout Mustangs.
Melendez really hasn't been in the net much, but when she has, she finishes through.
She's made the other team pay when she's been at the net. And it seems that the last time out for the Mustangs didn't really work, as they had to take another one just 3 or 4 points later. And the Monarchs get right back out on the court, not taking much advantage of that timeout. McDonald's still back to serve. They've scored 6 straight points here, as it was 17-13. I'm sorry.
The Mustangs really making use of their time here.
Neither team is willing to give it up this game here, as they're just fighting it out until the last point. McDonald ready to serve. Good dig there by the Monarchs. Monarchs with the block, and they take the lead 20-17.
The Mustangs just couldn't answer that. They tried.
The Monarchs seem to be trying to pull away in this game, as they have scored 7 straight points. That ball hits the ground on the Monarch side. Point Mustangs, and it's now 18-20.
That's one of the few balls tonight that Katie Stevens just could not get up.
That ball is tipped by Mackenzie McCulloch, and it made it even harder for Katie to get up. Louis Kulikul back to serve for the Mustangs. Big kill though for the Monarchs. And
O'Dowd just really wants to finish out this set.
She's really made a good offensive change here, as right as she came in, the Monarchs offense caught fire again. Good dig there by McDonald. Free ball to the Mustangs. Another good dig by McDonald. And that ball is in. Kill by Priscilla O'Dowd. And it is 22-18. Monarchs are 3 points away from from closing this game out with a sweep.
And adding to their undefeated record.
Hitting error there by the Mustangs, and it's now 23-18.
What's her last name?
In this high school competition, it really is tough to be undefeated. As you can see, even past Papillion state champions weren't undefeated.
It's hard to win like 43 or 44 games this season. And the Monarchs pull it to within 1 point here, as it is 24-18, and it is match point. Jessica Peters back for the serve. Good dig there by Jessica Peters. And that attack goes just long, and the Monarchs close it out here.
Great game by both teams. Monarchs just came out on top.
Monarchs went on a 12-1 rally in the final 13 points.
I'm looking forward to see the Monarchs on the rest of their season.
Same here. I'm Andrew Papelka.
And I'm Laura Kramer, and it has been a great night talking to you all.
See you next time.